I think I need to learn to let go. I have gotten to this point in my life as a painter, as a man, as a human, as a ethereal being of chaos, trying to hold close to all these things that I thought put me in some way closer to my artistic ideas. And as time has gone by and these years have gone through, I've realized that the best way to have control is to let go of it. Each and every line and stroke purposeful until they're not. Until the chaos is the only thing that exists still, and it just goes forward and through me and onward and past me and so on and so forth. Maybe the pursuance of trying to find this perfect unity in which I can control all these little emotional ticks and tellings whispered into my soul and out my ears. Not even my mouth. Would be silly to hold so strongly onto. But I feel sometimes I have no choice but to just embrace the chaos. So I just put the paint on the canvas and I let it do whatever madness it feels it needs to do. I let gravity pull it and throw it and push it and drop it. Because ultimately, these are the directions that these places need to go. These are the feelings that need to be expressed. And in that, I'm free again. The freeness and the madness is just this simple little kind of essence of La Gama is not a path. It is not a river. It is not an ocean. It's not a sky. It's a universe and an idea. And it goes wherever it needs to. It's kind of the Dragon Ball thing. We didn't really have anything to do with these guys. So I've been getting these interesting questions recently about art school people ask what it's like, what to expect, and I give them kind of an answer they're not prepared to hear, which is it's kind of lonely. And they were like, well, my child has a good relationship with God, so they're never lonely. And I'm just like, that's not how lonely works. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like there's a lot of kids out there who could use support, and they don't always get it because of maybe like some religious reasons, or even like some kind of denial aspects about who their child is or whatever. I think it's sad sometimes where, like, you know, these kids move from wherever and then they're not allowed to just be humans, you know? Like, I think a strong support structure is important, but ultimately, like, if you feel alone in a place, you feel alone. There's so much individuality in art school that it becomes kind of difficult for kids to just be kids with complex issues or not so complex issues about themselves and their lives. And I don't know, it's just, I think that's really hard to kind of grasp the concept to me. Like, my kid can't get lonely because they're religious, and I'm like, that's difficult. I feel bad for them because I'm like, geez, that's very hard to rebut. Just because not because I disagree with it, but I don't think there's an answer those people are going to take at that point. It's such a wall. So I don't know. For me, the hardest part about, maybe that's the answer. For me, the hardest part about art school was loneliness. So much of me wanted to feel more connected. And instead I felt more distant. And I don't know what to tell you after that. I don't know an answer that becomes more pleasant at that point. I commend anyone who has a very strong support system that can give them strength from 400 miles away. Yep. I think the only advice I can give anyone who's going off to art school who really wants to have, like, some advice to help them with said problems is stay in touch with the people who are important to you. And lean on them when you need to. You don't have to do this all alone. There are people who sit by the phone and wait for you to call. Who will FaceTime with you, who will watch you cry, who will give you advice, wanted or unwanted. There's just other options than by yourself. Okay? Okay.
onde ir. Nunca te deram uma chance pra fugir. Você inventa um monte de problemas. Não enlouqueça com a desgraça da cabeça. Ninguém inferniza onde você barbariza. Ninguém responde onde você se esconde. Ninguém critica quando você perde a linha. Ninguém esquece quando você enlouquece. Não há ninguém pra enxugar a sua lágrima. Não há ninguém pra açucarar a sua tara. Não há ninguém pra enxugar a sua lágrima. Não há ninguém pra açucarar a sua tara. Você não tem um lugar pra onde ir. Nunca te deram uma chance pra fugir. Você inventa um monte de problemas. Não enlouqueça com a desgraça da cabeça. Ninguém inferniza onde você barbariza. Ninguém responde onde você se esconde. Ninguém critica quando você perde a linha. Ninguém esquece quando você enlouquece. Não há ninguém pra enxugar a sua lágrima. Não há ninguém pra açucarar a sua tara. Não há ninguém pra enxugar a sua lágrima. Não há ninguém pra açucarar a sua tara. Você não tem um lugar pra onde ir. Nunca te deram uma chance pra fugir. Você inventa um monte de problemas. Não enlouqueça com a desgraça da cabeça. Ninguém inferniza onde você barbariza. Ninguém responde onde você se esconde. Ninguém critica quando você perde a linha. Ninguém esquece quando você enlouquece. Não há ninguém pra enxugar a sua lágrima. Não há ninguém pra açucarar a sua tara. Não há ninguém pra enxugar a sua lágrima. Não há ninguém pra açucarar a sua tara.
Olá, Galeras. It's me, Wick. This guy. This face. I have been painting, as you can see, up a storm. It's this thing inside of me that just pushes me. It just makes me reach for my brushes and my ink and my paint. It's indescribable. I just finished this. I think it's good. I think it's beautiful. I'd like to see it in a public place. I think that's the goal. Yeah. I'm feeling much better. Still have a cough. Go figure. But everything's kind of working out. I might have a show on the 30th. Haven't gotten back to me yet, but I think it's gonna happen. I've got this theory that it's just heading in that direction. So many plans, so little time. Painter out. Ciao.